It's funny how you can live with someone for years and still feel like they're a stranger. That's how I felt with David. We'd been married for 15 years, a lifetime really. But lately, the spark was gone. He worked long hours, and when he was home, he was tired. We barely talked. I started feeling invisible. Then I met Ethan. He was helping me out at the grocery store, and he was so full of energy and life. Ethan was maybe 10 years younger than me, and talking to him made me feel young again. He asked me about my day, and he actually listened. It was like a light switch flipped in my head. I started going to that grocery store more often just to see him. We'd chat for a few minutes, and it was the highlight of my day. I knew it wasn't right, but I couldn't help myself. I needed that feeling. David noticed something was up. He'd ask me where I was going, who I was talking to on the phone. I'd brush it off, but he wasn't stupid. One night, he directly asked me if there was someone else. I denied it, of course, but I could see the hurt in his eyes. That made me feel terrible, but I still couldn't stop seeing Ethan. One thing led to another, and I found myself in Ethan's arms. The guilt was crushing, but the feeling was intoxicating. It was wrong, so wrong, but I couldn't resist. The affair went on for a few weeks, and it was like living a double life. I hated myself for hurting David, but I also felt alive for the first time in years. It was a terrible thing to do. All this while, I wondered whether this was right to begin with. Everything fell apart one afternoon. David came home early from work and found Ethan leaving our house. The look on his face was something I'll never forget, a mix of hurt and anger and betrayal. He didn't yell, didn't scream. He just looked at me and said, "How could you? It was the worst thing I've ever heard." That night, we sat down and talked. It was a long, painful conversation. I told him everything about how I felt invisible, how Ethan made me feel alive again. David listened quietly. Then he told me he wasn't happy either. He'd been working so hard to provide for us. He forgot to pay attention to me, to us. We ended up going to therapy. It was hard, really hard, to unpack all the years of hurt and resentment. Some days, I thought we wouldn't make it. Some days, I myself felt like I was being pulled back and forth. But we kept trying. We learned to communicate again, to listen to each other. We started going on dates, just like when we were first dating. It wasn't easy, and the scars are still there. I still feel guilty about what I did, but I also know that it forced us to confront the issues in our marriage. I had this constant feeling, like I am caught between two places where I don't belong. We decided to give it another shot and start over. Maybe, just maybe, we can find that spark again. Maybe all that stress has made us realize how much we value each other. I still wonder, though, did David ever truly understand what made me crave something younger? And what about Ethan? What happened to him after that day? These are questions that might never have answers. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more tales of love, betrayal, and redemption, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more amazing videos.